Today I'm going to be putting on the Outback Motortek skid plate and crash bars on my 2017 KLR 650. I'm going to show basically how the skid plate and the bars look on the bike, and then the removal of the factory skid plate on the bike, and just kind of what it all looks like on the bike, just so people, if they're interested in this product, they can have a good look at what it looks like on the bike. These are different from the Tusk or the SW Motortek that a lot of people favor on their bikes. So I want to get started. These are the stock brackets that need to be removed and replaced. So in a minute I'll pull these off and I'll show you the comparison of the stock ones to the ones that come with the kit. So these are the stock brackets. They're kind of a cheap, just little, almost like a stamped steel, where you get these heavier brackets that are going to be replacing for the skid plate. This is the factory skid plate pulled off. It's good if you're going to just use it for bombing around town, nothing wrong with it, but if you're going to do anything more than that, then it's probably a good idea to get something a little stronger. So this is what it looks like with the new motor mount and the bracket. Now this works in conjunction with the skid plate and the crash bars. So these plates would go on first, and then basically this bracket is going to mount to the outside, okay? And they're going to come with a factory bolt that's going to go through here with the right length, and then you'll tighten that up. And that'll be basically your mount for your skid plate and for your crash bars. So this is a picture of the brackets, how it looks like when it's mounted. So basically, what you want to do is you want to kind of lower them to the ground. You can't really screw it up because the pattern of the bolts. I had to play with it just a little bit on the upper bolt there just to get it a good fit, but it wasn't too bad. And then it ties into the back of the subframe here, which is pretty straightforward. There's a little bracket that goes on for the skid plate. Has these little rubber isolators. It just bolts into the factory bracket, or the factory nuts, and then the bracket just hangs down. And then two bolts up here for the front of the skid plate, and then on the side here, and that'll be it. So this is the skid plate installed now. Haven't tightened everything up yet, but you can see that it gives great coverage over the water pump, over the factory one, and then it actually comes down quite a fair length, where the factory oil plug isn't actually a problem anymore, and you don't really have to do anything because this plate actually comes down below it. So in the event that something happens, you're protected. I actually know somebody who actually hit a curb one time and knocked the actual plug and drained all the oil and cracked the case. So, it's just something to be cautious of, that's all. So this is what the bar is on now. I've tightened everything up. I've got all the side plates and the front covers off the bike, just to kind of show you what it looks like and what it actually protects. Again, not a bad install, pretty straightforward. One little spot that just I had to oval out, but that was okay. It wasn't too much. And then yeah, we'll put all the plates back on, and then I'll roll her out, and then we'll take another look at it, what it all looks like.